Welcome back to the reading of the poem of the Man God, written by Marie Valtorta, Volume 3, Chapter 360, Part 2, Miracle on the Jordan and Flood. "Will you stop it?" says Matthew. John, who has noticed that Jesus has slackened his pace, suspects that he may have heard, and quickening his pace, he overtakes 2 or 3 companions. He reaches Jesus, and walking beside him, he calls him, "Master," very gently, as usual, and with a loving glance, looking up at him, as he is shorter, and also because he is in the middle of the road, beyond the little rising of the ground on which they are all walking. "Oh, John, you have reached me," says Jesus, smiling at him. John, studying his face with love and anxiety to find out whether he has heard, replies, "Yes, my dear master. Do you want me?" "I always want you. I would like all of you with hearts like yours. But if you continue to walk where you are, you will get drenched." "It does not matter, master. Nothing matters as long as I am near you." "Do you always want to be with me? Do you not think that I am imprudent, and I may cause trouble to you as well? Do you not feel offended because I do not listen to your advice?" "Oh, master, so you have heard." John is dismayed. "I heard everything, from the very first words. But do not be upset about that. None of you is perfect. I knew since I chose you, and I do not expect any of you to become perfect rapidly. You will all have to change from wild to domestic beings by means of 2 grafts." "Which ones, master?" "One is blood, the other is fire. Afterwards, you will be the heroes of heaven and will convert the whole world, beginning from yourselves." "Blood? Fire?" "Yes, John, blood, mine." "No, Jesus." John interrupts him with a deep groan. "Be calm, my friend. Do not interrupt me. Be the first to listen to this truth, because you deserve it. The blood is mine. You already know. That is why I came. I am the Redeemer. Think of the prophets. They did not leave one iota in describing my mission. They did not leave out one iota in describing my mission. I will be the man described by Isaiah, and the blood which I will shed will fecundate you. But I will not confine myself to that. You are so imperfect and weak, dull and timorous, that I, sitting gloriously beside the Father, will send you the fire, the strength that proceeds from my being, through generation by the Father, and that binds the Father and the Son in an indissoluble ring, making 3 of one, the thought, the blood, the love. When the Spirit of God, nay, the Spirit of God, the perfection of divine perfections, will come to you, you will no longer be as you are, but you will be new, powerful, holy. But for one of you, blood and fire will be of no avail, because blood will have for him the power of damnation, and he will forever know another fire, in which he will burn, belching blood and swallowing blood, because he will see blood wherever he lays his material or spiritual eyes, having betrayed the blood of a God. Oh, Master, who is it? You will know one day. For the time being, forget about it. And for the sake of charity, do not even endeavor to inquire into it. Investigation presupposes suspicion. You must not suspect your brothers, because suspicion is already lack of charity. I will be satisfied if you assure me that neither James nor I will betray you. Oh, not you, nor James. You are my comfort, my good John." And Jesus lays an arm on his shoulders, draws him to himself, and they walk thus together. They are silent for some time. The others also are quiet. Only the shuffling of their feet in the mire can be heard. They then hear another noise. It is a rustling, gurgling noise. I would say the deep snoring of a person affected by a catarrh. It is a monotonous grumbling, interrupted now and again by light crashes. Can you hear that? Says Jesus. The river is close at hand. But we will not arrive at the ford before night. It will soon be dark. We will sleep in a hut somewhere, and we will cross the river tomorrow. I would have liked to arrive there earlier, because the flood is increasing hourly. Listen. The reeds on the bank are breaking under the pressure of the swollen water. They kept you so long in those villages of the Decapolis. We said to the sick people, the next time, but who is ill wants to be cured, John, and he who pities them cures them at once. John, it does not matter. We will cross over just the same. I want to do the other side before going back to Jerusalem for Pentecost. They become silent once again. It gets dark very quickly, as is usual on wet days. It becomes more and more difficult to walk in the deepening twilight. The trees along the road also increase the darkness with their foliage. Let us cross to the other side of the road. We are now very close to the ford. We will look for a hut. They cross over and are followed by the others. They cross a little muddy ditch with more mud than water, which flows gurgling towards the river. They almost grope their way among the trees, making for the river, the noise of which is becoming louder and louder. A first moonbeam pierces the clouds. It penetrates between two clouds and descends, making the miry water of the Jordan shine, in a spot where the river is swollen and very wide. If my reckoning is correct, the river is about 60 meters wide. I am a silly goose with regard to measurements, but I think that my house could have gone into that riverbed 9 or 10 times, and it was about 5.5 meters wide. It is no longer the beautiful, calm blue Jordan, the quiet low water of which leaves uncovered the fine sand on the banks, where the reef thickets begin to grow and rustle continuously. The water has now submerged everything, and the first reef thickets have been bent and broken, and thus are not visible, with the exception of an odd leaf that undulates on the surface of the water and seems to be waving goodbye or imploring help. The water has already reached the foot of the first large trees. I do not know what trees they are. They are tall and leafy, as compact as a wall, and dark in the dark night. Some willows dip the top of their withered foliage into the yellowish water. It is not possible to wade here, says Peter. Not here, but it is possible over there, see? They are still waiting, says Andrew. In fact, 2 quadrupeds are cautiously crossing the river. The water reaches up to the stomachs of the animals. If they can pass, so can boats. However, it is better to cross over at once, even if it is dark. The clouds have thinned out, and it is moonlight. Do not let us miss this opportunity. Let us look for a boat. And Peter utters 3 times a low moaning cry, "Hey!" There is no reply. Let us go down, right down to the ford. Micaiah and his sons must be there. This is his best season. He will take us across. They walk as fast as they can on the little path along the river, which almost laps on it. But is that not a woman? Says Jesus, looking at the 2 people who have already crossed the river on horseback and are now standing on the path. A woman? Peter and the others cannot see or tell whether the person in dark clothes who has dismounted and is now waiting is a man or a woman. Yes, it is a woman. It's Mary. Look now, that she is in the moonbeam. You are lucky that you can see. Blessed be your eyes. It is Mary. What will she be wanting? And Jesus shouts, "Mary! Rabboni! Rabboni, is that you? Is it you? Praise be God that I have found you." And Mary runs as fast as a gazelle towards Jesus. I do not know how she does not stumble on the uneven road. She drops her heavy mantle and is now coming forward with her veil and light mantle held tight against her dark dress. When she reaches Jesus, she drops at his feet without worrying about the mud. She is panting but happy. She repeats, Glory be to God who made me find you. Why, Mary, what is happening? Were you not at Bethany? I was at Bethany with your mother and the women, as you told us, but I came to meet you. Lazarus was not able to come because he is suffering too much. So I came with a servant. You are about all alone, with a boy in this weather? Oh, Rabboni, you are not going to tell me that you think that I was afraid. I was not afraid to do so much evil. I am not afraid now to do something good. So, why did you come? To tell you not to cross over. They are waiting for you on the other side to injure you. I found out. I was told by one of the Herodians who once loved me. Whether he told me out of love still or out of hatred, I do not know. I know that the other day he saw me through the gate and he said to me, "You silly Mary, are you waiting for your master? You are doing the right thing, because it will be the last time. In fact, as soon as he crosses the river and comes into Judea, he will be captured. Look at him carefully, and then run away, because it is not wise to be near him now." Then you can imagine how anxiously I inquired, I know many people, and even if they say that I am mad or possessed, they still speak to me. And I found out that it is true. Then I took 2 horses, and I came, without saying anything to your mother, not to worry her. Go back at once, Master. If they find out that you are here, beyond the Jordan, they will come here. Herod also is looking for you, and you are too close to Machaerus now. Go away, for pity's sake, Master. Do not weep, Mary. I am afraid, Master. What? You afraid? No, you have been so brave as to cross the river and flood by night. But that is a river, whereas those are men, and they are your enemies, and they hate you. I am afraid of their hatred for you, because I love you, Master. Do not be afraid. They will not get me as yet. It is not my hour. Even if they placed many formations of soldiers along all the roads, they would not capture me. It is not my hour. But I will do as you wish. I will go back. This has been a reading from the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 3, Chapter 360, Part 2, Miracle, on the Jordan in Flood. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow. May God bless you, and may peace be with you.